Hi there, I'm Mama Jane's husband and we're currently on the P&O Arcadia, and this video is about the entertainment we've experienced over the last 5 weeks on board. So if this interests you, watch on. Hi, I'm Mama Jane's husband and this is
Mama Jane.
And welcome to our latest video, and we're going to be talking about the entertainment that we've experienced on board P&O's Arcadia, and it's usual standard cruise fare, I would say.
Yeah.
Was that, would
Yeah.
you agree?
Yeah.
And the main entertainment takes place at 8:30 and 10:30 each evening in the Palladium Theatre, which is a wonderful place. And it's a mixture of what they term fly-ons, so people who are flown onto the ship to do acts, and the in-house team, which are called the Headliners Theatre Company. And it's a mix of these two that we see each night. And as with everything, if you think that you go into a show every night for 40 nights, then some shows are going to be better than others, aren't they?
They are, and there's some shows of what you'll think, and I know just from Mama Jane's husband and myself, we can come out and one of us will say, well, that was brilliant, and the other will say, well, that was rubbish, because you can't please all the people all the time. So they are variable, and the standard and quality is variable, but they are at all times a good effort. And not only is the Palladium, but throughout the ship all the time there are different groups or different singers, different pianists. There is always some music of some description, not just recorded music, but live music somewhere to listen to.
And like I say, the fly-ons have been of various standards. Some have been exceptional, some probably won't be asked back again. But the Headliners Theatre Company, well, they've done one, I would say, one of the best shows we've seen at sea, called Magic Moments.
Yeah.
And it was based on the life of
Burt Bacharach.
Yeah, and it was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
And a show that we've seen on P&O before, which is a magic show mixed with music, called Astonishing, and they did that very well as well. And some of the other shows, they've done valiant efforts. What could be described as valiant efforts at carrying out
Challenging. Very challenging.
Very challenging.
And they really rose to the occasion and made valiant efforts. If you see us doing this a bit, it's because it's really
we're wobbling.
Really wobbly.
Yeah. It's quite rough at the moment. So we've generally enjoyed the entertainment in the Headliners Theatre. Then working opposite that there's a clubhouse called The Globe, and they have a resident act called Pulse, which all P&O ships have, which is a band pulled together. The makeup of it changes, and the sets vary time to time. And that started off really good, didn't it?
Really good.
But then one of the singers got poorly, and they lost their mojo a bit, didn't they, really?
They did.
Yeah.
But out of this came a jazz session.
Two jazz sessions.
Yeah, because one was like an emergency, we've got to do something tonight, so they put this jazz thing on, and then because it went down so well, it's actually been
done again,
and so it's very good. The other musicians tend to be pianists, guitarists. Well,
it is usually some sort of classical recital that takes place in the afternoon.
Yes.
And we've had piano recitals, we've had classical guitars, there's been a clarinetist on, hasn't there?
Yeah.
So that's been pretty good. And then there's a cocktail pianist that plays around the ship. There's a girl duo, Clark and Carter, that play at various parts around the ship. There's Busker Mike, who appears with his guitar all over the place.
There is always, from tea time onwards, 6ish, there is always music. And as I say, on C days, there's the classical music in the afternoon and evening. It's repeated again in the evening.
And the other thing that they do sometimes is if the orchestra's not needed in the headliner's theatre, they'll have them playing in what's called the Crow's Nest. And they tend to play a mixture of jazz and blues, and they're very good and very entertaining. And it gives them a bit more freedom, and we really like that, don't we? Meeting them up in the Crow's Nest. The Crow's Nest is right at the front of the ship on the top deck and looks down on the sea as we bob up and down, moving along. So it gives you a crow's nest view of where we're going. And we like that place, don't we?
I do like that place.
So now also, did you know there's a pantomime on board? And you say,
oh no, there isn't.
And I say, oh yes, there is. So the last couple of days, a pantomime group have joined us.
Yes, they have.
And was it a bit of a pantomime, or did we enjoy it?
They were fabulous. They are a group of 4 people, and they were doing Aladdin. So there's one girl and 3 men, and they work with very, very minimal props and scenery. They are absolutely brilliant. So funny, well worth seeing. And I suppose it's because it's nearly Christmas that we've got the panto.
So that was a nice addition by P&O, and a nice surprise, which we've really appreciated.
So that's the kind of entertainment as you'd imagine, theatres and music and things. But then there's also lots of groups that meet. Now, the groups start at about 7 o'clock in the morning if you're up to being stretching and yogaing and stuff. And they're repeated throughout the day. There's every kind of dance class, craft class, join a choir class. What other kind of classes have we got?
Painting, craft.
Then there's the talks about the ports, before we get to a port.
That's something we've seen reinstated on this cruise, isn't it?
Yes.
The other P&O cruises we've been on this year, they haven't had port talks, have they?
They're reinstated, and they are really useful because it's better than reading in a booklet.
So well done to Michelle from the Shore Excursion team.
There's other groups. There's a Christian group meets Christian Fellowship. There's a Jewish group on a Friday. There's LGBT group. There's Friends of Bill W group. There's a solo traveller group. There's groups for just about everything.
They show films, don't they?
There are films.
Films on at various times.
Yeah.
So there is, we think, there's
quizzes. Don't forget the quizzes. God. Quizzes, there's every kind of quiz.
How can you forget the quiz? Everywhere you go, you can't escape them.
And there's also
I'm not a fan of quizzes.
There's also talks about different jewellery and watches, and they're hoping you'll buy some, but they're interesting talks anyway.
And art.
Talks, So anybody who is bored on a ship, I don't know what you...
So I think that's been well balanced, and it's all been well marshalled by the entertainment manager,
Giovanni.
So I think Giovanni gets the thumbs up as well, because it's not been easy organising all the entertainment on this cruise for various reasons, and I think he's done a sterling job. And the other thing that we've really liked about him is that he's very visible. He's out and about. You see him a lot on the ship. You can talk to him. You can discuss things with him. Whereas on the Iona, we hardly ever saw the entertainment director. She was hardly visible. So I think
the whole team on this ship,
yeah,
the whole entertainment team are visible.
they're visible
And friendly, and you know, they want to know what you think, because otherwise, how can they improve or change, or if you don't tell them what you like and don't like?
So so I think we've had a good time, haven't we?
Very good time.
Very, very good time. Very enjoyable time with the entertainment on board this cruise ship. So well done, P&O. And it's a goodbye from
me.
And it's a goodbye from
him.
So goodbye.
Bye.